We're really doing this. I guess we're doing this. Hi, everyone. Dothony, this Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new Yuno Miles album. Yuno Miles is a rapper, singer, songwriter, a guy who has been quite infamous on the music side of the internet for a minute now, dropping some of the most preposterous music ever recorded with wildly modulating off-tempo flows, out-of-key vocal lines, out-of-pocket bars and lyrics, just out and about, just beyond the pale. He has been torturing both fans and haters alike with one random track after another, one random music video after another for a while. I even interviewed him when he was first starting to really gain steam. Was his first interview from what he said, and from everything he told me in that conversation, I knew in that moment this man was going to go on to record some of the worst music of all time, some of the worst music in human history. And it seems like with album here, he has really come through. He has delivered on that promise, because this record truly is an abomination, one of the biggest of 2025, you could say. But you know what? It's very much a planned and I would say carefully assembled, a strategic abomination, because there's a variety of different sounds and styles that are explored across this horrendous track list, and I feel like each song has a different story, a different angle, a different characteristic that makes it special. Like, for example, the opening track, That Way, sort of sounds like the kind of synthy, sugary, auto-tuned trap ballad you would typically hear someone like Dave Blunt's make these days. And even though that is not a sound, a style, an aesthetic Miles is usually known for, I think this track is still a significant one. Not only because it starts the album off in a really bright, positive fashion, but I feel like Miles, without explicitly doing so, is almost like calling out Dave Blunt's here, saying, hey, I can essentially do your sound better than you, and in a way to where it doesn't make me sound like I should be, restricted from being within 50 feet of a school. I mean, with a track like this out there, there's really no reason for Mr. Blunt's to exist past this point, so, I mean, I think we're pretty much done. After this, we have Racetrack, which is even more fun and sugary, with these kind of big background vocal choral sections that have me wondering, is this like a plug-in or something? Like, where are these voices coming from? Like, some of the production on this thing is surprisingly decked out, despite the fact that Miles knows that his music is usually like pretty bad, pretty terrible. He's got a reputation for just making some of the worst tracks in the modern era, and yet seemingly he is investing quite a bit into making some of the beats here sound like really good. It would seem he's putting a bit more effort into his writing on this one. I mean, you could take this track as like maybe this surface level story about chasing after a girl, a woman who is moving fast through life, but I think her speed and the racetrack itself is a really deep metaphor for gender politics in the modern era. Now, if you guys remember back to my original conversation with Miles, he actually cited one of his biggest influences and parts of his music diet to be emo music, like he just grew up listening to a lot of emo and pop punk, so he says. So while I did expect on some level that sound to make some kind of appearance on this album, I didn't know it would be in such a big way on cuts like Hoppin' the Ride, where you do get these kind of like moody alt guitar loops painting much of the song, over a trap beat, of course, and some auto-tuned vocal leads. It's not my favorite song on the record, but it is cool to see that Miles can genuinely attempt this sound and come out with a half-decent result. Now, I will say I'm not too crazy about the fact that the dance beats and super sweet sugar-coated production continues onto the next couple of tracks. It begins to like really lose me, the record that is. But things do pick up on Tonight's the Night, which interestingly is this kind of poppy trap cut that brings in a refrain from Secondhand Serenades, Fall For You. So again, that emo influence coming back. Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Miles really hitting that emo, you know, kind of like inflection quite perfectly. But following this, we begin to get the sort of rap cuts that I think fans have come to know and love and also hate. Tracks that are redonkulous, absurd, outlandish. We have Head, we have Push-Ups, we have 6'2". A track that, in my opinion, was absolutely necessary because people who are over 6 feet, like that community really needs to be like brought down a peg. Also, we have the song High, which brings a bit of a vibe that is aligned with maybe a track or two off of Kendrick Lamar's recent GNX record. You know, Miles, even when trying to sound as annoying as possible, he can't hide the fact that, like, I think underneath the mask, underneath the performance, like, he does have some good taste, and it is seeping out. In a way, this project really is like the tale of two albums, because the first half is so much different than the second half, which I think by comparison is a lot more unhinged. Because in this section of the record, you do also get Bobo's Chicken, which is this insane harmonica sampling trap cut that features this interpolation that I'm pretty sure is lifted straight out of that Jones barbecue foot massage internet commercial meme. And not only does Miles sound incredibly fucking annoying on this track, there's a terrible feature too. From what I understand, like the only actual feature on the record. This guy is saying cock-a-doodle-doo. This guy also says something about being a melon and her spitting out his seed. It's absolutely vile. It's disgusting. Whoever wrote this should die. Also, what the hell is this closing Scooby-Doo track? And why does it have like a warped synth melody that sounds like the fucking John Cena like entrance theme? Look, guys, I'm not really sure how to end this. Did I have some fun moments while listening to this record? Sure, I suppose I did on some level, but simultaneously, I wish I could have all that time back. I'm never gonna listen to this record again. It's got to be one of the worst things that's ever been recorded by man. This has got to be one of the worst projects to come out this year, this decade so far, in hip-hop music and music of all time. I've pulled off farts that have been nicer to listen to, and I think I just gotta like slap this with a 0 out of 10, a big fat 0 out of 10, and just leave it right there. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or a link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, you know, Miles, forever.